DreAllDay.com.
Now tuned in to the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there even when the success you've expected to achieve is yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. That's the go-getter energy that moves anyone out there, including yourself, especially yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. We put all this together in one philosophy, one mindset, one method, one book. Yes, there's a book on the subject. You don't have it, make sure you get it at workonyourgamebook.com. One masterclass. It is every day, including today and tomorrow. It is called Work on Your Game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. Today's topic is the most important things your business needs. Now, if you didn't know, I occasionally like to do live streams online. And sometimes I do them all the time, like every day. Sometimes I'll pop up and do them every now and then, but I've done live streams on every streaming platform that exists. I've done them on Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I don't know of any other platform that has it, but if they do, I'll probably do a live stream there. And when I do these lives, usually I will take questions. And since I take questions, usually I get random questions that don't even have anything to do with the topic sometimes. And people will ask me things like, how can I start an online business? Or what are the most important things I need to, make my business work or make my business go? This could be somebody who's maybe trying to start a hustle on the side, or someone who's thinking about maybe starting a hustle. Maybe somebody who already has one going, or someone who's just thinking about, maybe getting into the business world and they just need to know where do they begin, which is a good question to ask because there is so much information out there and so many people saying so many things when it comes to business these days. You may not know who to trust or what to listen to, or maybe you heard a lot of information that all sounds good, but you don't know which place to start at. So I noticed when I would get asked this question, I noticed when I was looking through my notes and looking at the master list of classes that have come out here on this show, that I didn't have one specific class that I just addressed this question directly, which is, what are the most important things you need in your business? So this is whether you have a business that's been running, or you're just starting out a business, or maybe it's just an idea in your head. The business hasn't even begun yet, but you're just thinking about starting a business. What are the most important things that you need? So being that I am who I am, here we go. We're going to talk about it. And let's be clear that what I'm going to share here today is a framework that applies to any business at any time. Does not matter how young or old your business is. Does not matter if your business is online or offline or a hybrid of both. And this is not just for someone who wants to do a specific thing. So whether you're an author, personal brand, fitness trainer, you sell cars, you want to repair old refrigerators, whatever it is you're going to do for a living, every business is going to need the framework that I will lay out today. So any of you who have a business and your business is doing good, I guarantee you're probably already following this framework. And if you want your business to do better, there's probably a piece of this framework that you could be doing better at. Now, everything I'm going to share here today is very simple. You will be able to understand it very easily, but does not mean that it will be easy to implement, and it definitely doesn't mean it will be easy to make these changes happen if your business is not doing these right now, but you will very easily understand them. What you do with them is a different question. Now, if you're going to need some help with that, there's some people you can reach out to. Maybe I'll be one of them, but we'll discuss that at a later date, or you can just reach out to me directly. But let's get right into it. Today's topic, once again, the most important things your business needs. Number one, you need paying clients, customers, people who are exchanging money for what you offer. This is the most important thing any business needs. I don't care how old the business is. I don't care what you are selling. I don't care how much you are selling it for. I don't care how many people work there, whether it's just you doing everything, or whether you got 50 people, everyone with one specific job. Every business needs paying clients, or some of you may call them customers. You need people who are spending money willingly, giving you money in exchange for what you offer. All right. You do not have a business until you have customers and clients. I've had people ask me, hey, I want to start a business. No, where do I begin? They say, I want to start a business, but I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know what the first step is and I'm supposed to take. And I tell them, well, the first step is always easy. The first step is go get yourself a customer. Then you are in business. As soon as you get a customer, you have a business. As soon as you get a customer, you have a business. Until you get a customer, you do not have a business. I don't care if you have a logo. I don't care if you have an employee. I don't care if you rented out office space if you got t-shirts with your logo on it, if you have, what's the other things people do? You got an Instagram account, you got a email account, you went and bought the domain name, you got everything that looks and feels and sounds and smells like a business. Until you have a paying client, you do not have a business. Now, if you have paying customers or paying clients, even when there's none of those other things, you're in business. I started selling my services. One of the first things I sold, I would do like training. So I would train a basketball player, or even regular people, quote unquote regular people who were not basketball players, wanted training from me. I was selling that before I didn't have a website. I was not taking online payments. I didn't have a brand. I did not have a logo. I didn't have any type of office space. I didn't have any employees. I didn't have, what's the other things? I didn't have a business card. What are other trappings of business existence that people like to have or think they need in order to run a business? I didn't have any of those things, but I did have some people paying me in exchange for my offerings. And I was in business because I was making an offer, they were paying. That's business, ladies and gentlemen. That is the key to any business, is paying clients. Now, some people say more sales or more revenue will solve any problem in a business. That's not necessarily true, but as long as you have customers and you have people who are paying and you have revenue coming in, you will be able to figure out, you will at least have the resources to figure out and actually address any problems that do come up in a business. But you can have problems that are not solved by more sales. You can have problems that are actually exacerbated by more sales. We're going to get to that in a minute. But without paying clients, you have absolutely nothing. Okay? Not followers, not likes, not comments, not subscribers. Or, those are other things too that people think they need in order to have a business. Listen, how many followers or likes or comments or subscribers or whatever level of engagement you have on social media has nothing to do with how much revenue you are bringing into your business. Now, there are people who have a whole lot of all of those and have no business whatsoever because they have no paying clients. And there are people who have a bunch of paying clients who don't have much of these things. And there are people who are somewhere in between. Understand, those are not indicators of success in business, and they are not necessary to be successful in business. And because you don't have them, if you don't have them, it doesn't mean that you don't have a business going on. Some people have too much time doing their business, then they have time to post on social media to get likes, comments, and followers. So any of you who thinks that is what makes business, that is absolutely not true. Listen, those platforms make you think that's what you need to be doing business because that's how they keep you on them and that's how they make their money. So you got to know what everybody else's game is in addition to knowing your own game. You need people who will willingly exchange their money for your goods and services. 3 key words in that sentence: people, exchange, and money. Everybody got that? You need people who will make an exchange, and with their exchange, you give them the good and service that you're offering, they give you money. All right, that's business in a nutshell. The key here is the exchange. Because just because you have projects or you have offerings out there on their own does not help anybody until or unless you're getting them into people's hands. All right, so you could write 30 books, but until you're getting those books into people's hands and people are actually reading them, it doesn't matter that you wrote all those books. You can have an online course and you can feel great about your course and believe it's amazing, but until people start signing up and taking that course, it doesn't matter that you have a course. All right, there's a guy named Jim Edwards who told me this. He said, you are not in the author business or the coaching business or the podcasting business or the online course business or the anything, fill in the blank business, whatever it is you do for a living, consulting business, interior design business, the computing business, the IT business, the what else do you do? I don't even know. Whatever job you have, all right, that's not the business that you're in. All right, the business that you're in is the marketing business. Okay, you are in the sales and marketing business, and you happen to be selling and marketing IT services, fixing computers, you repair iPhones, you sell iPads, you train basketball players, you're a cheerleading coach, you're a life coach, you're a consultant, you're an interior designer, you're an author. All right, that's what you happen to sell and market, but you're in the sales and marketing business. Everybody understand that? You are always in the marketing business. Masterclass number 1515, wasn't that long ago. It seems like it's long ago. These episodes start piling up, right? But Masterclass number 1515, the topic was you are a marketer. You don't remember what I said in that episode? You can't remember the points? That means you need to go listen to it again. Again, number 1515. You make money, ladies and gentlemen, not by writing books, not by training people, not by consulting, not by designing interiors, not by selling cars, not by coaching people. You don't make money for doing those things. You make money for selling your ability to do those things. You follow me? You only get paid when you sell it. You don't get paid when you do it. I write a lot of books. I got 4 books sitting on the table right here to my right as I'm talking to you. I didn't get paid for writing those books. I get paid when I sell those books. I get paid when I sell and market those books to an audience of people who actually want them and will willingly exchange their money in order for my goods and services. All right, that is the key of business right there. I could end the masterclass right on that point right there, but I'm going to give you a little bit more as long as you don't mind me over delivering on this topic. Because I just told you the main thing that you're going to need for business is you're going to need customers. Until you have customers, there is no business. I don't know what you want to call that, but it ain't a business. Let's move on to point number 2. Today's topic are the key things that your business needs, the most important things that any business needs. Number 2 thing you're going to need, now that you understand you need some customers, let's say you got your first customer. Maybe you got your first 2,000 customers. Next thing you're going to need is clarity. Clarity. Clarity means, here's some questions that you need to answer when it comes to clarity. What are you about? What are you selling? How are you selling it? Who are you for? And who are you not for? You need to answer all of these questions to gain clarity for your business. What are you about? In other words, who is this? What are you giving to people? Who is this for is a different question. What are you about is, what are you giving to people? People are coming to you because they want blank. This show, every day, I spend the first 30 to 45 seconds telling you what this show is about. Discipline to show up day after day to do the work. Confidence, put yourself out there boldly and authentically. Mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, even when the success is yet to be, you expect is yet to be achieved, and a personal initiative to go make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. Now, I told you exactly what we're about, and you'll know within the first 30 seconds if you're interested to even listen to what I had to say after that. Clarity is, what are you about? What are you selling and how? What is the offer that you're making, and how do people actually get it? I tell people this every day, and whether it be on a landing page on one of my websites, maybe I'll promote it on my social media, maybe you'll see it in one of my emails. I tell you exactly what I'm offering you, and I tell you how to get it, right? Go to this website, click on this link right here. This is what you're going to get. I'll give you this for free. I'll sell you this to you for this much money. I'll tell you what you're going to get. I might not tell you how much it costs. You got to go over there and look at it so you can see it. Whatever it is, I'm telling you exactly what it is I'm offering, and I tell you how to go get it, and I tell you what to do to get it. Go to this website, call this phone number, click on this link, give me this amount of money. You got to be clear. Who are you for and who are you not for? Masterclass number 1364, I talked about the topic of rejection marketing. Rejection marketing is making it clear to people not only who you want to bring in, but also who you want out. And you don't have to say it specifically. You can just do certain things, say certain things, represent certain things that will make certain people say, you know what, I'm not interested in that because I don't like that, or that's not for me, or I don't speak that language, and that's all right. The rejection marketing is a good thing to do because it narrows your audience and narrows your focus, and the people who decide to stay in, they feel that it has more value because they know there's an out crowd. There's more value being a part of an in crowd when you know there's an out crowd. Again, that's rejection marketing, masterclass number 1364. I want to remind you all something, especially you seasoned entrepreneurs and professionals out there. Confused customers do nothing. When your clients or your customers or your audience or your prospects, these are people who haven't bought anything from you yet, maybe people who are consuming your content even. When they are confused as to what you're about, they will do nothing. And not they'll do nothing, period. They'll do nothing with you. And they'll go find somebody else who can get them some clarity so at least they know exactly what they're getting. That's why every day on this show, I make it very clear what you're going to get on this show, and then I tell you what the topic is, then I tell you why I'm talking about it, and then I talk about it. Every day I'm being very clear as to what you're going to get here. The topic ain't always the same, but is under the same umbrella. The umbrella is the work on your game philosophy. And if you listen to 10 episodes of this show, we're closing in on 1,600 episodes of the show. You listen to 10 episodes of Work on Your Game, you have a pretty good idea maybe of the angle that I'm going to come at, the language that I use, my perspective, my ideologies, the way that I want to approach certain things. Even if you have never thought of the topic specifically, you have a pretty good idea of the way that I'm going to approach it, even if you can't predict it. But the thing is, when people are not sure what they're getting from you, they're not sure what you're about or where you stand, they're not going to just ask you a bunch of questions to get clarity with you. Most of the time, that's not going to happen. If somebody does that, consider yourself extremely lucky. The other 99 people who are confused as to what you're about, they will just go somewhere else until they find someone who can be clear as to what they're offering and what they're about. So the second question here you're answering, who are you for, who are you not for? We're still on point number 2. Again, listen to the masterclass on rejection marketing. It's 1364. Too often in life, people try to be too many things to too many people. And as the saying goes, when you try to be everything to everyone, you become nothing to nobody. And this is something you can use both in your business and outside of business. When you're trying to be everything to everybody, you end up watering yourself down and whittling yourself away, cutting away edges of yourself just to make sure you appeal to certain audiences. Every audience you get in front of, you got to make a little slight change and a little edit just to make sure you're all right with them and make sure they're all right with you. The more you do that, eventually there's going to be nothing left of you. Know who and what you need, and also know who and what you don't need, okay? And this is something that I've talked about before. Sometimes in life you need to get rid of things. Sometimes it's not that you need to do more. Sometimes you need to do less. All right, masterclass number 1253. The topic was how to do less in order to do more. And many times in life, we think in order to get ourselves to a higher level or to do more of what we're do better at what we're doing, we need to do more of something. How do I get more skills? How can I read more books? How can I take in more information? Sometimes what you need to do is stop taking in so much information, stop trying to accumulate skills, stop talking to so many people, stop listening to so many voices, and narrow down your options so that you can get focused. Remember that the human brain can only focus on one thing at a time. That includes not only you, but also includes your consumers, your prospects, and your prospective audience. They need clarity. The fewer options you give them, the more clear you are as to exactly what you're about, the easier it will be for them to understand you, which then makes you eligible to sell them something. If they can't understand you, you're not even eligible to make a sale. Remember, excluding and getting rid of things is just as important, if not more important, than including and adding things. Point number 3, today's topic is the most important things that any business needs, whether it's one person or a million people working there. Third thing you need is direction. What does direction mean? I mean, y'all have the Maps app on your phone. What does direction mean? It means where are you going? You put it in the Waze app or the Google Maps app. You tell it exactly where you're trying to go, and then it tells you. All right, here's the first step. Here's the next step. Get to this red light. Get to this traffic sign. Get to this intersection. Make a right-hand turn. Go 3 miles. Make a left-hand turn. It gives you exactly what you need. Some of you who are old enough remember MapQuest when you wanted to go somewhere. This is before. Those of you who are not old enough, you may not remember, you probably don't know this, but back in the day, before we had smartphones that could tell us these things, if we wanted to go somewhere, we had to actually go to this website called mapquest.com, and we had to put in the place we wanted to go. Then MapQuest will have the directions on the screen, and then you had to go to this thing called a printer, and it would print out on actual paper the directions, and you would be in the car. You be in the driver's seat driving, and then you had the directions in the passenger seat, right? And then you're trying to look at the directions while you're driving, but it doesn't tell you how far you are. It doesn't tell you how far away the next exit sign is. So you had to be a lot smarter back then. All right, now the phones are smartphones, right? So they supply the intelligence for us. But back in the day, you had to be smart enough to understand where you were, how far you had gone, when is the turn coming up, and you had to gauge where the exit was. You didn't have a phone telling you, hey, the exit's coming up in 0.25 miles. No, you had to look. You had to be paying attention. So if you didn't have your full attention back then on the road, you could get seriously lost. And if you're on the wrong road, the papers that you had printed out that you had sitting in the passenger seat, the papers did not adjust to your wrong turn. You had to figure that out and get back to the right spot. So anyway, for those of you who don't remember that, that's the way it was. We're still on point number 3 here, talking about direction. For you and the people you serve, you got to have a direction. Most entrepreneurs who I meet, when they're having challenges, their challenges are that, first of all, they understand the first point. Okay, if they're coming to me, they understand they need to sell stuff. That's why they're coming to me. Maybe they have not mastered selling things, but they understand that they need to sell things. Maybe they've already started selling things, they want to sell more. The problem is they don't know where to begin, because there are so many things that we can do, like I talked about earlier. Do I need to be on all these social media platforms? Should I write a book? Should I do a live stream? Should I send out a bunch of emails? Should I do a live event? Do I need to hire a coach? Do I need to read 10 more business books? Clarity is not only for what you do, ladies and gentlemen, but it's also for your clients and your audience. See, the clarity and the direction, they kind of can go hand in hand. When it comes to direction, you need to know, what is the first thing that I'm going to do? What's the next thing we need to do in this business? How do we take this business to where we want to get it to? Where are we at right now and where are we going? That's what it means when I talk about direction. But also think about it for your clients. If you have a whole bunch of different offerings, I have a lot of different offerings. I create a lot of different products. But when you have too many different offerings, your audience doesn't know where to begin. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do first. They don't know what to do next. They don't know where you're taking them. And as I said earlier, confused people do nothing. They do nothing with you. All right, they're going to do something, just not going to do it with you. So direction means you not only need to know yourself where you're going, you and the people in your organization knowing where you're going, but also anyone who comes through, they need to know, all right, the first thing you need to do is you need to go get this book. The next thing is get this free download. The next thing is subscribe to our YouTube. And the next thing is read our emails. And the next thing is read the next 2 emails. And the next thing is buy this thing. Then the next thing is sign up for this service. And the next thing is you hire me as a coach. The next thing is come to our live event. And there needs to be a step. There needs to be a series there that shows everyone this is exactly what you get. This is exactly how it works. Here's the first step. Here's the second step. Here's the third step. You need to be able to show your audience that this is the process. If they don't have direction and you can't show them clearly where they're at and then where you are taking them and what they're going to get for it, they don't have the direction, all right, they're not going to do anything. All right, that's like you driving around on the highway somewhere back in the day without MapQuest. All right, you don't know where you're going. You have to stop at a gas station and hope that that guy gives you the right direction. What do they do first, then next, then next? Again, when people are unclear where to begin with you, they often will not ask you. They will just move on, or they'll move on after doing nothing. So they'll move on and they'll do nothing, and they'll go do something with somebody who has some direction and can tell them clearly exactly what's going on, why it's going on, and how it is going on. So let's recap today's class, which is the most important things your business needs. So when people ask me this question about business, I noticed I didn't have a masterclass on it, so now we got it. And this framework applies to any business, online or offline. Number one, you need paying clients. This is the key to any business. If you do not have anyone paying you for your goods or services, you do not have a business yet. As soon as you get somebody to pay you, you're in business. You do not have to have likes, comments, followers, a website, a business card, office space. You don't have to have employees. You don't have to have a uniform. You don't have to have a mission statement. You don't have to have, what else is there? A domain. What else? I don't even know. All the things that people think they need to start a business, the most important, the only thing you need to start a business is a paying customer. You got paying customers, you're in business. You don't have to have any of that other stuff until or unless you need it. Point number two, clarity. What are you about? What are you selling? How are you selling it? Who are you for? Who are you not for? Confused consumers do nothing. If they cannot be clear on exactly who you are and what you're about, they will move on faster than you can say, hold on, let me figure it out for myself. Point number three, direction for you and for the people you serve. Everyone in your organization needs to know the direction of the company. You as the entrepreneur, who's the head person, you have a vision in your mind of where everything is going and where you want to take it, and that's great. But until you can take that vision and put it on paper for other people, your employees, your staff members, to understand clearly, they don't know where you're going, and they will not be as excited about their work because they have no idea where it is leading to. They think they're just showing up like an automaton and getting a check. And it's cool to get a check, but people leave jobs not because it's not enough money, it's because they don't feel fulfilled. People feel fulfilled when they know where the hell they're going. It's the same thing with your customers. If you can't give them a clear direction, start here and then do this, you can't give them a clear path, they are not going to follow you. So make sure you have a clear direction for everyone, not only internally but externally, as to what you are doing with your business, where you're going, and what people are going to get out of it along each step. Work on your game. Dre all day.